This must be the most sinister woman in the world. To win back her Navy boyfriend, who dumped her months ago, she resorts to jaw-dropping tactics. She dons a silicone fake belly, masquerading as a pregnant woman, hoping to guilt him into returning to her side. Her boyfriend, suddenly told he's about to be a father, feels like he's been slammed into a cage. Fury boiling over, he slams his fist into a metal cabinet, venting his pent-up rage. Before ending the video call, he grits his teeth and warns her they've been done for good, and she'd better stay far away from now on. Facing his cold rejection, the woman first sinks into an indescribable sorrow, but in a flash, a chilling, sinister grin spreads across her face. The next morning, she barges into her boyfriend's house, sobbing dramatically to his parents about her grievances. His father, a former soldier, lives by the ironclad rule of owning up to one's actions. He says little, but his words carry weight, telling her to go home and promising a fair resolution once he gets the truth. Stepping outside, the woman's lips curl into a smug smirk, her satisfaction impossible to hide. The thrill of having everything under her control washes over her, pure bliss. Her name is Agatha, a pitiful soul neglected by her parents since childhood. At 16, she was assaulted, got pregnant, and lost the baby, a stillbirth that crushed her dreams of motherhood forever. Later, she married Mitch, a man over a decade older than her. But unable to bear children, their marriage fell apart years ago. During that time, desperate to fulfill her maternal longing, she secretly abducted 2 children, only to lose them both to her inexperience, their tiny lives snuffed out. When she met her Navy boyfriend, Jack, she vowed to cling to this rare shot at happiness. She hid her past marriage and stooped to the vile trick of faking a pregnancy. Not long after returning home, Jack unexpectedly video calls her, apologizing and swearing to raise their child together. Seeing his sudden change of heart, Agatha instantly guesses his parents must have chewed him out. She plays it cool on the surface, but inside, she's bursting with wild joy. After hanging up, Agatha basks in overwhelming happiness, as if the air itself is laced with sweetness. But the child in her belly is a lie. She can't produce a real one. 9 months from now, this carefully spun deception will collapse on its own. Her only way out: steal a newborn before the due date and pass it off as her own. Months ago, she began secretly plotting this wicked scheme. To lower suspicion, she's been posing as a pregnant woman while working at a convenience store. At first, she targeted her neighbor, Alexia. To get close, she'd slip candies to Alexia's eldest son whenever they met. Living nearby, Agatha often asked Alexia for pregnancy advice. In just a few months, they became besties, who shared everything. This day, while Alexia naps, Agatha watches cartoons with her son. Heading to the bathroom, the boy innocently points out, "There's ketchup on your butt." Agatha turns and sees a glaring red stain on the couch, her period arriving unannounced. If Alexia finds out, her fake pregnancy will be exposed. Luckily, the boy's too young to understand adult matters. She tells him not to tell his mom, and he nods obediently. Though Alexia remains clueless, Agatha rethinks her plan and decides to ditch this target for another. Then, at the convenience store, she spots a heavily pregnant woman walk in with her child. Judging by her size, she's Ju-sung, almost perfectly matching Agatha's fake due date. And just like that, this pregnant woman becomes her new prey as Mary shops in the supermarket. Agatha trails her like a shadow, silently tracking her every move, waiting patiently in the perfect corner for her target to draw near. When Mary approaches, Agatha feigns kindness, warning her, "Careful, the floor's slippery." And just like that, she strikes up a conversation. She probes Mary casually. "Are you due next month too?" Mary nods, "Yes, the 6th. Agatha fakes surprise. What a coincidence. Mine's just a day earlier. For this first meeting, she knows Mary will be cautious. So after a brief chat, she wisely pulls back. She ducks into the stockroom, buzzing with excitement, searing the 6th of next month into her mind. The thought of becoming a mom again sends a feverish thrill rushing through her like a flood. That night, Agatha slinks to Mary's doorstep to scope it out. Having stolen 2 children before, she's seasoned at this. No barking neighbor's dog phases her. She calmly sips a beer, even tossing the bottle to the ground with a crisp shatter. Next, she'll cozy up to Mary, pose as her friend, find out where she's giving birth, and then pounce with her sinister scheme. But as she clocks out that day, a middle-aged man stands waiting at the door. His name's Mitch, her ex-husband, long out of her life. Since moving to this town, she'd severed all ties to her past, even her parents, clueless of her whereabouts, all to bury her dark secrets. His sudden appearance jolts her. First, she fears he'll ruin her plan. Second, she dreads her current boyfriend Jack learning of her hidden marriage. Agatha forces calm, snapping at Mitch, "Don't come looking for me again. I've got a new boyfriend, and the baby's due soon." Mitch eyes her bulging belly, doubt swirling. They'd been together years with no pregnancy, split for just over a year, and now this. Was it his fault all along? In truth, Mitch was only passing through on business and stumbled across her by chance. Her overblown nerves betray a crack in her facade. That day, Mary swings by the store with her son, and Agatha seizes the moment to get closer. While Mary browses the aisles, her boy plays with a toy car on the floor. The car rolls into the stockroom, and as he chases it, the door quietly locks behind him. Mary finishes paying and calls for her son, but there's no answer. She paces the store in a panic. Her boy's vanished into thin air. Frantic, she steps outside to search, still finding nothing. Just as she's screaming his name, convinced he's been snatched, Agatha strolls out with the boy in tow. Relieved, Mary rushes over, demanding why he hid. The boy chirps innocently. I got locked in the stockroom. Agatha saved me. Mary stands, thanking her profusely. Unaware, Agatha locked the door herself, unnoticed by the child. Before leaving, Mary smiles. We should grab coffee sometime. It's just polite small talk, but Agatha's goal is met. She's planted a seed of trust in Mary's mind. Days fly by, with only 3 weeks until the due date. Agatha knows she can't sit idle. She needs to strike. Learning, Mary attends weekend yoga classes. She signs up to avoid suspicion. She doesn't approach first, waiting for Mary to bite. Sure enough, Mary spots her, lights up, and they walk home together. Chatting like old friends, they bond effortlessly. To win Mary's pity, Agatha spins a sob story. I was kicked out by my parents for being with my Navy boyfriend. So here I am, pregnant and working at the store with no one to help. Mid-conversation, a downpour hits, like even God's aiding her plan. Since Mary's place is close, she warmly invites Agatha in to dry off. Exactly what Agatha wanted. The more she learns about Mary's life, the smoother her child-stealing plot will go. They change into dry clothes, and Agatha casually asks where Mary's delivering. Mary, unguarded, replies, I've booked CD Adeline's hospital, Qi sections next Thursday. Next Thursday hits Agatha like a shock. She's not ready. Meanwhile, her neighbor Alexisha just had a son. Though Alexia's off her list, she's still useful. Agatha visits with flowers, eagerly begging Alexia to spill birth details. As Alexia gushes, Agatha secretly forwards baby photos from Alexia's phone to herself. Once Alexia dozes off, Agatha tiptoes in, lifting the sleeping infant silently into her arms. She slips into the next room, changes into prepared hospital garb, and, feigning exhaustion, records a video cradling the baby. Without knowing the truth, anyone watching would assume she'd just given birth. Alexia jolts awake, realizing her child's gone, and frantically searches the house. Hearing her, Agatha quickly swaps back to casual clothes, pretending to play with the baby. Alexia angrily demands why she took the child without permission. Agatha, forcing calm, says, he was crying earlier. I wanted you to rest, so I picked him up to soothe him. Though annoyed, Alexia finds the excuse reasonable and lets her suspicion fade. Back home, a new problem arises. Her Navy boyfriend's mother is waiting at the door. She's come with luggage, worried Agatha will have no one to care for her during labor. Worse still, Agatha learns her boyfriend Jack has quit the military and will return in a few days to be with her. This news drains the color from her face. If Jack comes back and they get close, her fake pregnancy will unravel. Once Jack's mom falls asleep, Agatha packs a bag, orders tools online, and boards a late night train to flee the town. She can't steal a baby yet, so she must distance herself from Jack and his family, or her plan will fall apart. This is where she grew up, and stepping inside, memories flood back. At 16, after her parents learned she'd been assaulted and impregnated, they offered no comfort, only cold indifference. Their cruelty over the years has left an indelible scar on her heart. After a brief wave of sadness, Agatha shifts focus to her baby stealing scheme. She researches Mary's delivery hospital, memorizing exits, ward layouts, and plotting a detailed escape route. Next, she tosses the silicone belly she's worn for months into a fire, sets up a birthing pool in the living room, and gathers all the props needed for a fake delivery. When ready, she slices her calf with a knife, stains a towel with blood, and squeezes it into the pool. Just like that, a convincing birth scene takes shape. To cement her proof, she snaps photos with her phone. All set, she sends Mary the video of Alexia's stolen baby, claiming she's already given birth to a son. Mary watches it, genuinely happy for her, urging her to call sometime to share every detail of the birth. With that done, Agatha dresses a doll in baby clothes, pushes a stroller, and heads back to town. In the days she's been gone, Jack's returned from the military, unable to reach her by phone. While on the train, Jack texts her again, threatening to call the police if she doesn't respond. Panicked he'll follow through, Agatha texts back, claiming she's had a son and will return soon. Why a son? Because she knows Mary's expecting a boy. Mary told her herself. Jack's voice trembles with excitement over the news, oblivious it's all a lie. Back in town, Agatha checks into a hotel near Mary's home to carry out her theft. Tomorrow's Thursday, Mary's scheduled delivery day. To confirm Mary hasn't gone early, she calls, but no one picks up. Right then, Mary's lost in a sweet moment with her husband, missing the ring. Worried Mary's already at the hospital, Agatha sneaks over to check. Seeing lights on but no one inside, she risks peering through the window, only to be spotted by the neighbor's vicious dog, forcing her to dive into a yard tent in a panic. Mary hears the barking, opens the window, and asks the neighbor what's up. Luckily, the neighbor Mrs. Agatha calms the dog and tells Mary to rest easy. Agatha confirms Mary's still home, her nerves settling, but as she moves to leave, Mary notices the missed call and rings her back. Agatha boldly answers, keeping her voice barely a whisper. Mary, puzzled by the hush, asks why. She says she doesn't want to wake the baby. They chat briefly through the glass, and Agatha learns Mary's heading to the hospital tomorrow morning. Finally relaxing, her voice unintentionally rising, Mary, at the window, spots a flicker of light in the tent and peers closer. Agatha senses her alertness, hides her phone, and freezes in place. Mary chalks it up to exhaustion, hangs up, and heads upstairs to sleep. At this point, Agatha has cemented herself as a new mom in Mary's mind. Even if she shows up with a stolen baby one day, Mary won't suspect a thing